YouTube, what is good? It's AJ Boogie, bringing that. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I'm ready to get through this work week, so let's grind it out together. But the JBA is becoming very interesting. There's a big upset, LA over Atlanta. So what I'm going to do, I'm making power rankings. I had a comment the other day that really interested me. So here it goes, power rankings of the JBA. Number 1, right now, the Los Angeles Ballers. LA with the 5-2 record, fresh off destroying the Atlanta Ballers and Chicago. Got LaMelo Ball. I don't need to say much more after that. A future NBA player, best player in the league. They ran Atlanta out of the gym. And Atlanta was 5-0 at this point, and they got absolutely crushed. Ever since Jello has put on a Los Angeles Baller uniform, LA's 3-0. Jello is putting in over 50 points a game right now. This team doesn't turn the ball over either. They're averaging 14 turnovers a game right now. That is incredible. What it tells me is they don't turn the ball over, so they don't let you dictate the pace. They control it. LA, number 1, easy. Now, let's let the debate begin, because at number 2, I had the Dallas Ballers. Now, Dallas is 3-3, so you're probably thinking, Boogie, you're crazy. Well, listen to me, and I'll tell you why it's the Dallas Ballers. They had the best X&O coach in Coach Ray. Best coach in the JBA, period. They had the best coach, they had the best system, and they had the most unique player in the JBA. They don't have many big men in the JBA. It's a lot of guards, but they have a big man named Nate Morris. There's no one who has size like him. There's no big man who has athletic ability like him. A former Ole Miss basketball player. You know how I feel about him. He gets up the court very well. He goes up and down. He plays extremely good defense. He's a shot blocker. He's a shot disruptor. He's a defensive anchor for this Dallas ball team, which no other team has. They are the most organized. Khalil Walker, a very good point guard who anticipates very well on the defensive end. They got another kid in Malik Morgan who's averaging 30 a game and 10 assists. They got another kid, Nyan Wick. He's big, he's strong, he's athletic, he's a slam dunk contestant. They rebound well as a team. They let Nate Morris disrupt the block, and then they got their other 4 rebounding. They're big, they're strong, they're athletic. That Khalil Walker, their point guard, he even gets in there and rebounds. Now, you're not going to believe this stat. They average the least amount of points a game of 105. They are the exact opposite of the LA Ballers. They play slow, they play at their own pace, they make you play along. They're second in steals, they're second in forced turnovers. They play defense, they play tough, nasty defense. They don't turn the ball over, they're second in turnovers, they're clicking on all cylinders. Give me the Dallas Ballers at 2. Number 3, I got the Atlanta Ballers. Atlanta just suffered their first loss to LA. They're sitting at a 5-1 record. Atlanta has a 3-headed monster in Isom Baby Glove Butler, Jordan Hollywood Ray, and Nigel Chaney. In a guard-oriented league, they got the 3 best on their team. The 3 best that had the most chemistry and skill. This is the team Lonzo Ball put together, and if anyone knows basketball, it's Lonzo Ball. They got a good big man in Corey Boyd, a very skilled big man. He's another unique guy, another unique big man. That makes a big difference in this JBA league that's guard-oriented. The reason Atlanta slipped all the way down to 3 is because they got exposed. I told you in an earlier video, their biggest weakness is rebounding. They don't rebound the ball well. LA exposed it. They out-rebounded them by 30. Atlanta had 30 turnovers against LA. I don't think they would survive a Dallas team. That's why they fell to 3. Number 4 on the power rankings, the Seattle Ballers, weighing in at a 4-3 record. I like this Seattle team. They got a great coach in Charles O'Bannon. Seattle's got their own 3-headed monster in Jarrell Springer, an MVP candidate, Capri Uzan, a great point guard that Seattle desperately needed, and JaMychal Morgan, an all-around swingman. The thing I don't like about Seattle, I don't trust their big man. Their offense revolves around those 3, in Springer, Uzan, and JaMychal Morgan. They play well together, they got a lot of chemistry. They're all kind of small and skinny. I just like my team, bigger, faster, stronger. Number 5 in the JBA power rankings, the Houston Ballers, coming in at 3 and 4. Houston's got a great team. They have an MVP candidate in Curtis Hollis, a great guard in Jordan Myers. He's very athletic. Sometimes they have trouble scoring. If Curtis Hollis isn't scoring, Houston's going to struggle. They kind of have a point guard by committee. I need point guard Calvin Williams to start facilitating. They got a nice athletic guard in Nick Lovelace. He's another slam dunk contest participant. Houston is a little too much one-on-one for me. That kind of scares me. They don't play as well when they go one-on-one. Houston sits at number 5 in the power rankings. Number 6, the New York Ballers. New York sits at a 3 and 3 record. 3 teams sit with 3 and 3 records. New York is very small at all positions, but they play gritty. They play tough defense. They need a true point guard. They have trouble getting in rhythm. Another team with point guard by committee. I like Calvin Brown from New York. He's a very good athlete. He is probably their lone all-star. Moment of truth now. Number 7, the Philadelphia Ballers. Philadelphia is 1 and 5 right now, so you're probably thinking, why are they not last? Their record is better than what it is, but they have too much one-on-one. Their point guard, they don't have one either. Another point guard by committee. Have you noticed all the teams that are falling towards the bottom, they don't have a true point guard and they do it by committee, which means no rhythm. I like that Marquise Johnson kid. He's a utility guy. He's a guy who I want on my team. The only one I see on Philly who is not selfish. Number 8, last in the power rankings, the Chicago Ballers. Chicago's 2 and 5 right now, but they are a train wreck. Chicago's been going through a rough patch. They fired head coach Eddie Denard, the one who put his hands on another kid. So they lost a coach. They got to start from scratch. They lost Keezo Brown also because he's signing to play for a professional team over in France. So they lost their best scorer. They're not organized. They don't have a true point guard. Yada yada yada. You know what I'm going to say. Chicago needs an identity. Their last game that they played against Dallas, you could tell they were not organized. Their head coach was just throwing in players, trying a different rotation, trying to find a rhythm. And I say this all the time, I don't think people understand it. You got to keep Harrison Rieger in the game. He's a utility guy who does everything that the team needs him to do. If every team must have an all-star in the JBA, like they do in the MLB, I would give it to Harrison Rieger. He's the only one consistent on that team. He's the only one I see without an ego. I had a lot of fun making this video. Give me 25 likes and I'll give you my all-star team. There's your power rankings for the JBA. Like, comment, subscribe to the Boogie Squad. AJ Boogie, and I'm out. Boom!